Imagine a city as grand as Rome, lost for centuries beneath the jungle, a real metropolis, not a myth. Anuradhapura, Sri Lanka's first capital, was home to over 1 million people and boasted monuments that rivaled the pyramids. Its people engineered vast reservoirs and towering stupas, sustaining a thriving civilization for over 1,000 years. But how does such a city simply vanish? Civilizations rise, flourish, and sometimes fade. Anuradhapura's story is both a triumph and a warning. Its decline was a slow unraveling, shaped by conflict and nature's power. Picture explorers hacking through dense jungle, stumbling upon colossal domes peeking through the canopy. Rediscovered in the 1800s, Anuradhapura was once a center of kings, monks, and engineering marvels. This isn't just ancient history, it's a mirror for us today. The people of Anuradhapura faced political turmoil, foreign threats, and environmental change, challenges we still know. Their mastery of the land was their strength, but also their undoing. The systems that made them great contained the seeds of their fall. Let's peel back the jungle and uncover the secrets of this forgotten kingdom. The story of Anuradhapura is, ultimately, a story about us. Long before smart cities were a buzzword, Anuradhapura was the blueprint. In 377 BC, King Pandukabhaya meticulously planned a city with districts for trades, foreign merchants, hospitals, and public spaces. This was no accidental sprawl, it was a master-planned metropolis. Built in Sri Lanka's dry zone, the city's founders saw opportunity where others saw hardship. They chose the site for its access to trade routes and resources, but above all, for its potential to control water. Water management became the cornerstone of their civilization, transforming arid land into a breadbasket. The city's organization attracted people from across the island and beyond, making it a hub of opportunity and culture. Anuradhapura wasn't just a capital, it was the island's engine of innovation. The founders built not just for themselves, but for generations to come. Streets, districts, and infrastructure laid the foundation for 1,300 years of prosperity. This was empire building, stone by stone, canal by canal. Their vision turned a challenging landscape into a thriving metropolis. The city's design was a declaration a new power had arrived. Anuradhapura's legacy is proof that bold planning can change the course of history. It was a city built for the future and for the ages. The blueprint for greatness was set from the very beginning. When you think of ancient skyscrapers, think beyond Egypt. Think Anuradhapura. The Jetavanaramaya stupa soared over 400 feet, built from 93 million bricks, a mountain crafted by hand. These stupas weren't just architecture. They were spiritual centers, housing sacred Buddhist relics and drawing pilgrims from across Asia. The great triumvirate of stupas dominated the skyline, visible for miles, symbols of power and faith. Building them required advanced engineering, deep foundations, precise geometry, and massive labor forces. At its peak, Anuradhapura sprawled over 16 square miles, rivaling Rome in population and scale. Monasteries functioned as universities with libraries and lecture halls for thousands of monks. The city's construction reflected a society with resources, stability, and a shared vision. You don't build a 400-foot stupa without surplus food, peace, and purpose. These monuments were the ultimate status symbols, proof of a superpower's might. The city's architecture was a message: we are here, we are powerful, we are blessed. Anuradhapura's skyline was a testament to human ambition and unity. The stupas still stand, echoing the city's ancient greatness. Their scale and beauty remain unmatched in the ancient world. They are the enduring legacy of a civilization at its zenith. How did 1 million people thrive in a dry land? The answer: water mastery. Anuradhapura's engineers built vast reservoirs, some called seas, and an intricate web of canals. These tanks captured monsoon rains, storing water for the long dry season. Canals, stretching for miles, fed rice paddies and village tanks, sustaining year-round agriculture. This system required constant management and a deep understanding of the land. The result? Massive food surpluses, fueling population growth and freeing people to become builders, scholars, and priests. Water was the currency of power, and its control shaped society and government. The irrigation network demanded centralized authority and created a social hierarchy of engineers and water masters. Tanks became not just functional but beautiful. Parks and gardens lined their banks. Water was seen as a gift from kings and gods, woven into the culture. The city's prosperity flowed from its mastery of water. Anuradhapura's ingenuity turned scarcity into abundance. Life in Anuradhapura revolved around the king and the monastery. The king was both ruler and protector of Buddhism, his power intertwined with the monastic community. This alliance built the city's great stupas and monasteries, anchoring society. Daily life blended work and worship. Farmers timed planting by the release of water, craftsmen built temples, and festivals filled the city with color. Monasteries were centers of learning, attracting scholars from across Asia to study philosophy, medicine, and more. Libraries held thousands of manuscripts, fostering debate and inquiry. Religion shaped identity and unity, with the great stupas serving as symbols for all. Building and maintaining these wonders brought people together, creating civic pride. The city's shared culture, centered on Buddhism and the king, was its glue. For over 1,000 years, this unity sustained Anuradhapura's greatness. The city's spirit was forged in faith, learning, and community. No empire is immune to decay, and Anuradhapura's troubles began within. Succession disputes and civil wars drained resources and weakened the king's authority. The vital irrigation system suffered neglect as rulers fought, leading to food shortages and unrest. The very system that fueled prosperity became a vulnerability. Religious unity fractured as Buddhist sects vied for influence, deepening divisions. The spiritual glue that held society together began to dissolve. Political instability, failing infrastructure, and religious schisms eroded the city's foundations. Outwardly, the city still looked grand, but inside it was crumbling. Anuradhapura became a giant with rotting roots, impressive but fragile. The kingdom's decline was a slow unraveling, making it ripe for outside threats. The stage was set for disaster. The city's glory was fading and the storm was coming. As Anuradhapura weakened, the Chola dynasty of southern India saw opportunity. In 993 AD, King Rajaraja I launched a devastating invasion. The Cholas captured and sacked the city, shattering its sense of invincibility. Anuradhapura fell under foreign rule, its treasures looted and its institutions dismantled. The Cholas moved the capital to Polonnaruwa, stripping Anuradhapura of its power. The city's irrigation system collapsed, and royal patronage vanished. Even after the Cholas were driven out, the capital never returned. Anuradhapura was left to monks in the encroaching jungle. Its era as a great metropolis was over. The final blow had come not from nature, but from man. Even after invasion, Anuradhapura faced a new enemy: climate change. Monsoons grew unreliable, dry seasons lengthened, and the irrigation system faltered. The great tanks, built for a different climate, couldn't withstand prolonged droughts. Rice paddies turned to dust and food surpluses vanished. Famine and scarcity gripped the city. Stagnant water bred mosquitoes, and malaria spread through the weakened population. War, hunger, and disease made life unbearable. There was no dramatic collapse, just a slow, steady exodus. Families drifted away, seeking safer lands. The jungle crept in, reclaiming temples and homes. Anuradhapura faded into silence, swallowed by nature. The city's 1,000-year reign ended not with a bang, but a whisper. For centuries, Anuradhapura slept beneath the jungle, its grandeur forgotten. Rediscovered in the 19th century, its ruins astonished the world. Colossal stupas, vast reservoirs, and sacred shrines emerged from the green. Today, Anuradhapura is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a testament to ancient ingenuity and faith. Pilgrims and tourists walk among its monuments, marveling at what once was. The city's story is both inspiring and humbling. It reminds us that even the greatest achievements are fragile. Civilizations can rise, flourish, and vanish, brought down by conflict, nature, or time. The silent ruins whisper lessons from the past. What we build can endure, but nothing lasts forever. Anuradhapura's legacy is a mirror for our own ambitions and our vulnerabilities.